Welcome, everybody. How's
Woo-hoo.
day number 2? What's up?
Let's go.
How you feeling? Hey, by the way, we're the Ponch and Nikki show, and you're listening to us all over the place. Was it weird for you? It was for me, at least, to we're on Spotify now, and we're on Apple, and we're on YouTube and Facebook, and it was just like there's messages from everywhere, and I'm like, I'm trying, guys, I'm trying, but it's a good problem to have. It was fun yesterday.
I was so just moved by how many people showed up and supported us and tuned in. Like, unreal. I love it. This is the new wave, people. Just get with it. This is it.
I feel like a lot of people dug what we did yesterday, so we're gonna just continue to do this. And how funny is it that we do our first show? This is our show, and we do it the way that we want to do. We work for ourselves, which is great. And then all of a sudden, corporations start calling. They're like, "Want to come do radio?" And I'm like, no.
I honestly, I just don't know. Radio now seems just so different. I don't know.
When I started in radio,
what's going to happen?
When I started in radio, I was on it was the cusp of the Wild West. So anything,
good days,
literally anything went. Anything went. I've told you some of the stories, and actually we can expand upon those later on this show, if not today, some other time. But yeah, it was the Wild West, and now it's very corporate, and there's a lot of gatekeepers that are just trying to keep their jobs and get to their 401k and be done. And the sad thing is like when radio's done and it's over, because the fact of the matter is most of the radio stations, if you still listen to, are empty studios. It's recorded, it's pre-done music. There's no heartbeat, there's no life. There are very few. I will give a shout to like KPRS and maybe a couple of other ones that actually have live people. But other than that, it's a wrap and it's done. Anyway, enough with that. I do want to get to some thank yous, some big thank yous. I got a surprise at my door yesterday. Look, I know I'm a fat ass.
What?
And I've traded booze for sugar. I have. You know that. That's my thing.
I've always loved sweet treats.
I'm not giving that up. That's for sure. But yesterday, it was about 6:30 or something like that. We're getting ready to watch Friends and Neighbors, and ding dong, DoorDash. And I was like, I didn't order DoorDash. What the what? And I go to the door and look at this.
Someone sent you crumble?
It's my friends Scott, Tracy, and their daughter Addison. Thank you so much. And they were just like, congratulations, guys, and on your new adventure. So I thought that was incredibly sweet. So yeah, sent me some crumble cookies. And
oh my God, I all of a sudden want a cookie really bad.
And they're all gone.
Of course. Crumble doesn't stick around. And everyone wants to act like, oh, I should get that little cutter and cut the cookie so I can share it. No, I can eat that whole freaking cookie. I mean, I can't.
That was Naya last night because we're like divvying the cookies up. And she's like, which one do you want? And I was like, well, let's start with this chocolate one. And I was like, give me half. And she goes, half? You're supposed to cut these like a pizza. And I was like, you go ahead and cut your crumble cookie like a pizza. That's fine. I'm eating it a half at a time.
Look,
a half at a time. I'm a fat.
I don't know what they put in those cookies that make them so damn good, but my God, they're
fantastic.
They're so good.
They're fantastic. Good morning to everyone.
Yeah, everybody coming in. I see everybody now.
So we're live, just to let you know once again, because it is new, and we're going to say this often until we get everybody the word out. We're live Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central Time. And we have to say Central Time because our audience has expanded so much. That was another mind-blowing deal. I knew that when we were on terrestrial radio, I knew the website broadcast us all over, but we're really actively hearing. I want to say what's up to Robert, who is in Hawaii, listening to us. Gave us
Norway.
Norway. Robert gave us an invite to come do the show at his house in Hawaii. So I said, you know what? Don't tempt us.
Can we leave tomorrow? No, I'm not kidding. I love to go to Hawaii.
I know you're not kidding. You've never been to Hawaii, have you?
No.
Bam.
Never have.
I mean, just look at pictures. You know what it is.
I mean, it's stupid beautiful.
And then I saw this morning, and I thought, how beautiful. This is from Chelsea Juarez. I'll read it for everyone that's listening and not watching us on YouTube. It
Awesome.
says, Nikki, you're absolutely fantastic. I found your show when I wasn't even looking for it. I never cared for hosted radio shows in the past, but after listening to you, I now don't care to listen to music in the car. In fact, I prefer not to over your show. It's crazy how mornings suddenly sucked after we lost you
Oh,
on the radio. So her entire thing is up there. And Chelsea, thank you so much. And that's just
oh
one of
my gosh.
the thousands of messages. So overwhelming, yes, and big thank you. So
Isn't that just so special?
it's
I mean,
heartwarming.
and I want everyone to know, like, those DMs and, I know some people think, "Well, I'll send this message and they probably won't even see it." No, like, that stuff means something to us. I mean, that's
100%.
what got us through these past 2 months, almost 3 months now. Like,
Yeah.
that's the stuff that kept our soul and our hearts beating, so please don't think for a second that we don't see it and appreciate it, because man, y'all are the real ones.
And a lot of comments coming through, and we like that too. The system that we're using is we're able to like it filters most of our Facebook at Ponch and Nikki. You can find us there live on YouTube at Ponch and Nikki. Our channel is there, so make sure that you set a reminder and a notification, and you can get us on there. We're on X. I know that that's not necessarily your jam, Nikki. For a
I've
lot of people, it's not
never
their jam
really used it.
because it's kind of everything is on there. Some people say it's negative, some
Sure.
people don't, but it is a great place for a live broadcast. So our Twitter X handle is Ponch Nikki Fam. Ponch Nikki Fam. For
Yep.
whatever reason, we had too many characters in the Ponch Nikki show, so we couldn't use that. So Ponch Nikki Fam. Follow us on X, and you can also watch our show there. And then, of course, if you miss it, Spotify, Apple, and all the other places
And it's
out
super
there.
important that you subscribe.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That is super, super important, please.
100%. 100%. Top Knot is looking good this morning. You did not lie.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said, hey, Top Knot is
Uh,
coming.
uh-huh. Had
I
to
wear
bring
a hat.
the top knot back.
I wear a hat too.
Look, it's just gonna slowly go back into our routine. I already know.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna be
not.
rolling in here. I'm gonna roll in here and be like, "I was overserved." And I mean, I already know. It's go it's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. Oh, what was I going to ask you too? Have you been to this is local. Have you been there's two locations in the Kansas City metro area. We're not sponsors or they're not sponsors of us, but I just wonder, have you been to the Painted Tree? We talked about it on the show a couple of times.
That's a store out in Overland Park, right?
There's one in Overland Park and there's one up north. There's one off
No,
of
I've not.
I-29 Barry, and then there's one on 135th and about Metcalf and Overland Park. And basically, it is a giant. It used to be like I think a grocery store or something. So it's this gigantic space, and it's booth rental. It's just booths, booths,
Okay.
booths, booths.
Yeah.
So individual and local business owners bring their wares there, and then they put everything up and the whole deal. So anyway, I can't remember, but I whoever did these, I bought this hat there. They do like a lot of custom KC stuff, and then
Mhm.
I will, as a word of advice, I will say that guys, that every other booth is Taylor and Travis and My Something Era. We get it. Everyone's doing it, so let's find something else. I'm just
Nobody
trying
loves Casey more than
to
Casey.
KC. I'm just trying
I
to help the business.
Right, and I love that, like, support local all day, but I have never seen a city with more KC stuff, like, it's just crazy. I'm
And
not
we
mad about it at all, I'm just like, "Wow, I mean, how many versions, how many ways can you make it cute?" Like, there's just so many.
when I was working out in Los Angeles, I mean, people were, I think, happy about it, and
Mhm.
this is before we started murdering in the Super Bowl. But I would wear Casey stuff, and I would rep every time I went out of town or I was working LA or New York, and I'd always rep, and you'd always get somebody hollering. They'd be like, "Hey, KC, what's up?"
Right?
But then you'd have locals there in LA and New York, and they're like, "Is there a game today, or are you going to a?" And I'm like, "Nah,
No, we wear KC stuff, that's what we do.
it's just my uniform, yo."
So, how did you celebrate yesterday? After we got done with the show, first episode, I felt great. I know you felt great. What
I
did you
took
do?
I took a ton of calls and emails and tried to get those done.
Yeah.
Went and had salad, passed out for about 20 minutes and just took a drop down really quick. But that was my celebration. I felt like there was a huge dopamine dump yesterday from the excitement of the first show. So
Right.
like afterwards, I was just like, being off for 3 months.
I know. I know,
But
wild.
But I bet our significant others are very happy that we're back on the air, so that way we can stop talking to them.
I mean, he's never here, so I talk to myself,
Oh,
or I talk to my plants. I'm really into this whole whispering to the trees and flowers right now.
okay. Tell me about that.
So
Because
now
there's a book about it, so I read in the 90s, so I wanted to see if this
I'm
is from that.
I don't know, I this is gonna sound real kooky, but I'm
No,
telling
let's get
you,
it. Let's
I
do it.
really think that I saw a video, and if you talk to a tree and you're like, "You can touch my shoulder, you can touch my face," and you whispered and the tree was moving, people. The tree was moving and brushed her shoulder and brushed her face, and it was beautiful. Now, multiple people have tried this. I've watched multiple videos. And so I'm out here talking to my bushes and my trees. Do my neighbors think I'm crazy and have gone off the deep end? Probably. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
probably. But I'm out here whispering to my flowers and all my plants because I love to plant things. So I spend time out there.
You should read a book called The Celestine Prophecy. The
They're
Celestine
alive. The plants are alive, people.
the
They're like my
plants,
own kids.
they're living things, and they
Yes,
help us live. The
yes.
Celestine Prophecy came out, I believe, in the early 1990s, and it is all about the relationship and the energy. Yeah, we're gonna get kooky on this show today. It's all about the energy exchange from the trees, especially the plants and the trees, and
Yeah.
especially if you go outside. And we'll get into if you want to. We've been grounding, which is a thing. We've been doing that on the break.
Yes.
We'll get into that here in a second. But there is absolutely, and this is the problem with us as in 2025, is that we've gotten so fucking far away from nature, so far away from what really feeds us, and we have really become almost a pariah on this planet, just gobbling resources and making it dirty and nasty instead
Mhm.
of going outside and just hanging by a tree and recognize and not taking it for granted and actually looking at a tree and going, you know what? This tree is about 75 years old or 50 years old or 200 years old.
Yep.
Just think of how much it's seen besides you. It's one of those things that I like, and I haven't been to the ocean in a while, but I used to do it when I'd go to the beach. I'd feel so small and so insignificant, but I also at the same time felt one with the entire universe looking at the
Yeah.
ocean. And I've adapted that with trees and walking and taking walks and stuff like that. I know that sounds fucking hippy dippy, but I don't care. I like it.
Cue Fern Gully.
Now let's talk about grounding. Do you started
Yes.
grounding as
Okay.
well?
Okay, I did, because you
Yes.
told me that you guys were trying this, and that's I mean, going and it's not just you, a lot of people do this. A lot of people have told me to start your day, Nikki, eyes to the sun, feet in the grass, walking on the dirt, just, like, letting your feet and everything absorb the earth.
Mhm.
So I've done it. I mean, I just don't like that my feet get dirty.
Get over it.
Like, I'm like, "Ugh."
What?
I enjoy
Okay.
the grass. I like feeling it. I do, and I like starting my day off with my face towards the sun and, having a moment with nature and God and, like, all the things. Like, I truly enjoy it. I always start my mornings with God and my devotional. So, doing it outside was nice. But then I'm like, "Ooh, my feet are so gross."
You should watch a
First
movie.
world problems, I know.
Many. We just watched a documentary not too long ago. It is called The Earthing Movie. The Earthing Movie. And it's
Earth
all about this guy
Is
who
this the one
kind
you
of,
told me about?
yes,
Okay.
he kind of accidentally discovered the connection between modern society is when we started putting synthetic shoes and soles and things on, and
Mhm.
we disconnected from the earth, and it regulate. What we found out is that when you're centered and you're grounding, it regulates everything. And there's scientific proof that people with like high blood pressure or somebody that's upset can go outside barefoot, stand on the grass
Mhm.
for 15 minutes, and it almost always regulates the person to where they've been. We even bought these
Hmm.
bamboo grounding blankets. So it's a sheet that like lays over your bed. You
Yeah.
plug in the grounding wire into the wall and it grounds you while you sleep.
So the
It feels
electricity can ground you?
look,
Okay, so let me ask
that's
this, 'cause
you're
I'm
asking, that's
truly
science.
stupid. I'm truly stupid when it comes to this.
I'm good at documentaries and watching them. That's why I'm saying go watch the movie.
Can you ground through your butt cheeks?
Probably.
Or does it have to be your feet? Like, could I sit down on the ground and be grounding, or does it have to
I
be
I think you just need to touch the ground, that's all. That this doctor is scientist just talking about how we're wearing synthetic shoes, and most of us do not touch the bare ground all day. We're inside, we're in classrooms and offices and schools and everything, and we don't ground. So anyway, that's our hippy dippy moment.
grounding through the cakes? Let's
Grounded
start
and
movement.
grounded and pounded on the cakes. I have that movie.
Sit down naked. All right. I
You
mean,
should. Anyway,
there's the neighbors. There's too many people. Too many people.
you need to get it. I was just over at your place. Your pool looks great. We said that
Thank you.
yesterday. Your whole thing. You got to get a hot tub out there, though.
I tried. I
You got
tried.
that?
I did. So my pool boy, I told him, I was like, "Hey, can't you set up a hot tub over here?" And he's like, "No. I already take he hates taking care of my pool. He hates my pool so much." Fun story. Actually, I didn't even get to tell you this, Ponch.
Okay.
So before we opened my pool a couple weeks ago,
Yes.
he was like, "Have you looked? How's your water look? Like, where's the level at?" And I go, "I don't look at it. I don't take care of this pool. You do." He's like, "Well, let me crack open take the cover off a side of it, peek in there and see." My liner
Mhm.
was in the middle of my pool.
Oh, shit.
So instead of it being on the wall like it's supposed to, it was legit in the middle. Both of my sump pumps at some point in the winter stopped working.
Uh-oh.
So it wasn't all that water that it usually pumps out. It was all behind the liner.
Dang.
Oh my god. Anyway, fast forward, he opened the pool, we put new sump pumps in, the liner moved back in place perfectly.
Oh, well, good.
He hates my pool. Everything about it. It drives him nuts. So he's like, "I'm
Well,
not taking care of a hot tub too. I'm not."
look, we bought a hot tub, and it was, one of the inflatable ones. I think we paid, like, I don't know.
Put it in your living room?
No, jackass.
God, that's what I wanna do. Like, serve me snacks, and I wanna be in a hot tub in my living room.
Alright, coming to America, calm down. That's not gonna happen. I think there's, like, mold and everything. No, the hot tub's not going inside the house. But no, we got one of those inflatable things off of, Amazon. I think it cost 600-700 or something like that. Seats 6 people. My only issue with it is it gets only to 104 degrees, and I like
That's
it,
not warm enough for you?
no, I like it 120, 125.
That's surprising. Normally, men don't like the hot
Look,
'cause it burns their skin.
look, I've changed so much. You don't even know me after this 3 months. I like hot stuff.
Okay. Alright, alright. Get
Hey,
it.
big thank you to, everyone, popping in and, all the
Yeah, hi,
comments.
guys.
Thank you for streaming us. That's another thing too. If you want to put the USB in your car or Bluetooth, you can listen to us on X, on YouTube, and on Facebook
Mm.
as well. You want to get into a little spilling the tea?
Yeah, why not?
You want to do that? Like keep tradition. It's like we're running late, but we keep our own time.
Right. Yeah, hit me with my new open.
Hey, you guys. I need if you're gonna do spilling the tea. Our focus group says that you should only spend about 30 seconds on each show, right? Because people's attention span isn't there and quite on. And by the way, I'm making a joke, but I'm not. People are kind of stupid that listen to your show, so they really don't want you to expand upon the story. Just give them the
Oh.
headlines and get in and get out. Remember
Why
that meeting?
I do, but I don't understand why people think they know what people want. Like they should tell them how they should think. I don't get that. Like, let
Because
our listeners be who they are and think for themselves. They'll tell
I
us
mean,
what they want. They're very
yeah,
opinionated.
maybe it's people that can't do try to teach. I don't know. In that situation, not to say teachers, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying.
I feel you, man. I
Here's
feel
your
you.
here's your intro. Make it burn.
Yeah. Over to you. Mhm.
Spill that tea, girl. Spilling the tea. With Nikki B. The
In my
tea
head all day
piping
yesterday.
hot today. Pull up a chair and get your spy with the tea. With Nikki B.
Yes.
All right, there you go.
Oh, all right. Hands in the air, and you can hit the chat with this if you
Yes.
are beginning to think that Blake Lively is the problem. homegirl, what is going on?
I
Like,
said this before we got canned. I said this leading up to because it originally, I want to take credit too. I took Blake Lively's word for everything that she was saying for a couple of reasons because she's a woman and she said it happened. So I said, okay, I believe you and let's figure it out. Secondly, obviously, the co-signed by Taylor Swift. They're besties, they're friends. So I was like, well, Taylor's not going to associate with somebody that is lying and being a mean girl and all those things.
yeah.
And more stuff started coming out, and I'm like, so where are we at today?
So this is the latest. She's now requesting to drop her charges against Justin Baldoni, some of her charges for now. Okay, for now. She's claiming emotional distress. You know, this whole thing has been taking such a toll on her.
Yeah.
So she is now requesting that we drop those charges for now, but to do it without prejudice, which means
You can bring it back.
exactly. She can bring it back and pursue those charges again in a different court at any time she wants.
So it's like she's not getting the result that she wanted. So it's like,
Not gonna
okay.
go her way.
But also, there's rumors and a thought that's going on that they tried to subpoena Taylor Swift to
Yes.
appear.
Yes.
And shortly after that, then that's when the retraction. So is it coincidence? Did that actually happen? I don't know, but that does make sense. Taylor keeps her side of the street very, very clean, and this is messy. And I go back to what I said when this story broke. Did she get too friendly? I'm asking. I'm not saying she did. Did she get too friendly with Justin Baldoni? Too chummy, too buddy? And did it cause a problem with her and her husband, Ryan Reynolds? And then did she say, whoa, wait, well, we didn't have an intimacy coach and he's harassing me and things like that. So I at this point, I'm just sitting back and just listening and watching.
I think
I don't know.
I think she's a mean girl. I really do. And, you know, I think that there's a lot of interviews, a lot of people have come forward, even like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants days, like going back to that. There are people that are coming forward and they're like, she was a nightmare to work with. So I don't know. She's claiming emotional distress. Justin's team is now requesting Blake's therapy notes and anything that's relevant to that claim through discovery. You know, that's where you request your stuff.
I didn't know your therapist could give up notes. Ooh.
So, well, and that's the thing, because there's HIPAA and all the things. I don't know how that's going to work, but it's in the court's hands.
Doctor-patient confidentiality. I don't think that.
Right.
I'm not a lawyer. Reggie,
right.
call the show.
Right, Reggie, what up?
What up, Reggie?
It's now in the court's hands to either make Blake turn over the records or dismiss the infliction of emotional distress claim.
Yeah, she's trying to have it both ways.
Yeah.
She's trying to have it both ways. So who knows from all our comments.
What's going on? I think she's very manipulative, and I think she's about herself now. And it breaks my heart because this is the problem. When you have women who come forward who have a platform like that and who are like, yeah, you know, I felt uncomfortable. I was, you know, I felt sexually harassed or whatever she felt. And you stand on that platform and you make claims like that. And then you dial back. It makes it look like it's not true for other women who come forward and say that. You're taking it away. You're making people question it. Like that's not okay. So
from our comments, Nikki, people are saying Vicky is saying she's drama and her husband is enabling her behavior. A lot of people are saying, bye, girl, get out of here. Tristan says, I don't even like Ryan Reynolds because I'm so tired of her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, you have to. That's a good point.
Ronnie says, toxic sociopath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What kind of toll is it taking on his career? Are people kind of just fed up with the both of them and they're just going to be like, have you watched the one with
Simple
her?
Favor 2? Yes.
Yeah. Have you watched Simple Favor 2?
It's so good.
Is it?
Yes. Have you seen number 1?
I saw number 1. I have not watched number 2, but the body language between Blake and Anna at the red carpet and all the little things they had to do.
Yeah. I didn't see that. What was it?
Oh, they had horrible body language. Like you could see that Anna was trying to distance herself from her multiple times. She's just like, I don't know what's going on here. You can read her body language, and it was just like,
Huh.
yeah. So I don't know what's gonna go on that. Honestly, I'm sick and tired of it, to be quite honest. I mean,
Right.
it's over for me. It's just like, come
Sure.
on,
I'm
move
kind of with you,
on.
but I am curious to see how it's gonna go. But I'm kind of it's one of those where it's like it was kind of like the Diddy thing. I'm just kind of on the back burner
Sure.
of it. I'd like to focus on healthy relationships now. See.
Oh,
Uh,
I love that.
oh,
So sweet.
so sweet. So sweet. What else we got
You
today?
were still so obsessed with that relationship.
What,
Uh,
Taylor and, Trav will be
yeah,
until the day I die.
yeah.
Look, I will cry when they announce if they announce they're gonna get married. I will cry if they break up. I will cry if they have a baby. I'll
Mhm.
cry if they make it a
Sounds like you're just, really in tune with those emotional feelings. I
I'm
like that.
very emotional in my old age.
How about, for the single folks out there, and if you use Tinder, this is new. They're testing a height filter. So, they're trying to help people connect more intentionally. So, if you don't want a short king and you want a tall tree, Tinder
Mhm,
is gonna help you now. All right. So this new feature lets users screen potential matches based on how tall they are. For a higher tier subscription, you'll have access and reports that show a person's height and that it's not a filter. Like this is truly how tall they are, so you don't get catfished or whatever. And they'll block out profiles that don't match
I didn't
what you want.
realize that height was such a thing. And maybe because I think that I'm average size. I think I'm about 5'10", 5 maybe 5'10", 5'11" with good shoes. So I think I'm about average height. So I've just never thought about
Mm.
size but then I talked to my girlfriends and you, and it's like, that is a huge thing. That's a
I've
huge
never been
thing.
caught up in it. I really haven't. Now look, do I love the idea of climbing a tall tree and swinging from the branches? Yeah, all day. I mean, all day. But it's never been a deal breaker for me. Like I'm tall, I'm 5'8", and if I wear heels, obviously, add a couple inches.
We're like
But
same
if
height,
I'm
right?
into somebody, I'm not gonna just immediately be like, "Oh my gosh, sorry, you're shorter than me. I can't." Like, no, that's not that's there are there are other things that are gonna be the deal breakers before your height,
But I
right?
think I think the height thing, for whatever reason, closes the door to a lot of dudes. Here's a story that I just found out not too long ago. My lady Naya, by the way, she's starting a brand new job today. Congratulations, sweetheart!
Aw,
You're gonna kill it.
congrats, Naya.
So it's a big,
If
big
they
week
need
for us in this
if they
house.
need some assistance, holler at your girl. I'm out here looking for jobs.
Damn, we're all looking for jobs here. Look, I'm working that. Come on.
Oh, alright, fine. You can
So
have that.
anyway, but she divulged to me that because we've been friends for a long time and friends before we were together.
Mhm.
She divulged to me that when I was on Tinder and on those dating sites, my profile did come up to her. And what would you say that my eye for detail is on a scale of 1 to 5? Be honest. What is my eye for detail? Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best.
I
Say 1.
mean,
It's terrible.
I was about to say, it depends on what it is. If it's something like with our show, you're very detail oriented, but if it's something like being organized in an
Life,
email and all the things, it's no.
life. So she divulged to me that she's like, I didn't tell you because, well, ha ha ha. I guess I accidentally put on my profile that I was 5'5", and she purposely didn't tell me to change it.
Awesome. So you were getting no action, and she
None.
liked it.
Well, I
She
mean,
liked
there's a lot of reasons I wasn't getting action, but there's the discrepancy of, I don't know, almost 5 inches. And she just let it go because she thought it was funny. And also,
Oh, inches matter.
but I guess it does.
Well,
I mean,
I
we
mean,
can get in.
not when it comes to height. I mean, some people do, and that's fine. Everybody's got their thing. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna call out other things before your height. Because
Like what?
what if your bond, what if the chemistry you 2 have is incredible? Like, truly, what if the conversation's flowing, he's intelligent, he brings a lot to the table, he's got good credit, he's just, charismatic, all the things. and he's 5'6". Like, so what? So what?
But I
Buy him
again,
some shoes. Buy him some tall shoes.
I have a lot of girlfriends, and they are most of the time, they're like, "I want a guy that can pick me up. I want a guy that can I'm not looking down at. I'm the blah, 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 blah." So, there's a lot of
Everyone's
that.
their thing.
But also, I'm not look, there's a lot of, shorter guys out there, obviously, that are good dudes. I would say the majority, but also I've heard stories about a couple dudes that are like 5'2", 4, whatever, 5, and they get this short man syndrome, and they get into these relationships with taller women, which is almost inevitable. And then later in the relationship, when it comes to wearing heels or taller shoes, it starts like, "Oh, don't wear that."
Now that's
Like,
where I draw the line. Don't
that's
tell
what
me
I'm
what to
saying.
wear. Don't be that person. If you're insecure about it, then this is a whole different story.
Right,
You are who you
right.
are, man. You just gotta own it.
Just own it.
You gotta be big on the inside.
Well, I mean, I've said this
You're
a ton of times. People that, no matter what their discrepancy is in height or what,
uh-huh.
that's what God gave you. It's not
Yeah.
like you did something wrong and it's like, "Oh, man, we're taking 2 inches off this year." That's how you were born. So it's like, fine. It's just fine to me, so.
I have to point that out, Aaron. Inches matter. That's what she said. She's 12 years old. There's a story there. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, I think the height thing, whatever. I think short kings deserve their time to shine as well. What about
Besides the physical thing, and I know you said, like, personality or whatever, but
Mhm.
what other physical thing is an app? Because I think a lot of people listen to our show, secretly to just hear our conversations and go, "Oh, yeah, I agree with that," or not.
Mhm.
What was I about to say?
Ooh,
It's great getting old.
dementia.
What was I about to say? Don't joke, fam.
You gotta start taking those memory pills, my friend.
What was I about to say? I don't
Uh,
remember. Anyway, it wasn't important.
that's okay. Let's move on.
Let's do it.
So let's talk about these gummies. Haribo, which,
Oh, those
obviously
gummies.
huge, huge brand. Well, no, this ties in. They're recalling gummies after somebody in the in the system got them mixed up with some actual like cannabis gummies. They were in the Haribo bag, and so they've recalled a lot of them. The Cola Fizz gummies. Uh-huh. I guess kids were getting dizzy and sick. How do you mix that up?
You don't. Someone does it on purpose. Unless Haribo, I mean, look it up. If they have a line of THC gummies, and if they don't, someone did it on purpose to be funny.
I don't think they have a line. I mean, this is an iconic not kids brand, but iconic whatever candy brand that's been around for so long.
Sure.
No, I don't. What just crawled on me? I felt like something just crawled on me.
It kind of reminds me, this is less
Here,
severe
here.
with the Haribo and the THC gummies being mixed in the recall. I remember this kind of, but there's a new documentary on Netflix, and it's the reason why a lot of your medicines look like the way they do. It's called the Tylenol murders.
I watched that. Oh my gosh.
Did it blow your mind?
Yes. Yes, it did.
It's a
It
damn real life
absolutely
horror
blew
show.
my mind.
It's a
That's
real
worth
life
watching
horror
on
show.
Netflix, for real. That is worth watching.
Because I was little, I think I was in elementary school when that happened, so I just remember it's like, "Oh, people are dying from Tylenol." That's all I remember, but, like, watching the documentary now, grown, I'm just like, "Oh my god." I mean, people are dropping dead left and right. A couple in the same family died the
Ah.
same night. I mean, it's nuts, fam.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was a weird one. I mean,
Crazy.
I fell asleep twice during it, but, it was weird. It really was. Something I did not fall asleep through,
Yes.
um, season 1, Nobody Wants This. Adam Brody, Kristen Bell, you watched that, like, last year, right?
I haven't finished it.
What?
I got distracted with other stuff. It was like right as they started getting together,
Oh
and
my
then
god.
there's problems, and then his sister-in-law is like cock blocking him the entire time and doesn't like him. Whole
I
deal. Yeah.
Oh, this season 1 was everything. the show that we all needed. It was so it was everything. Anyway, we're getting season 2. We have a release date and a little bit of a trailer.
What is coming on October 23rd?
Ask a rabbi. And the rabbi says season 2 of your favorite show and mine, Nobody Wants This.
What is coming on October 23rd?
Ask a rabbi. And
There
the
you
rabbi.
I like those two.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I like those two a lot.
If he's
Yeah,
not
I'll
aged.
say
He's-
again.
Adam Brody, he's not aged at all.
No, from the OC, he still looks great.
Yeah.
Kristen Bell looks good too.
Oh yeah, she does. Totally.
Good. Yeah, I'll finish that today because I do want to catch up on it, and I do want to be a part of it. That is for sure. So I haven't, believe it or not, I haven't been watching as much TV as you think. You know,
What all have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot of meditating, man. I've been doing a lot of get my mind right kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Trying to block out the noise. I've noticed I obviously have had time to reflect on my life and other things, and I've just realized that I owe people very little. Period. I owe people very little. I really do. If I've made a huge commitment to you, I will absolutely fulfill that commitment. But otherwise, the expectation of other people that kind of expect things and aren't really putting anything in and want me to be something that I'm not, I'm just done with it and over it. And those people are just aren't in my life anymore. And I will continue to shorten the list.
Look at you in your cut season. I like it.
No, my cut season is always going to be cut season. It's always, if you were bringing a negative thing to me, it's done. Bye. Okay. I just don't have time for it. So yeah, I've been focusing on that and trying to be, I don't know, just a better human being and happy because I'm jacked, dude. I mean, look, after I got out of rehab and then I started really digging into my mental, I was like, oh my God, I'm damaged. Like on so many levels. And right when I think that it's just like, I've made a lot of headway here. And then I'll start having a memory of something that happened like in my childhood or whatever. And then it starts all over again. I was just talking to, it was great seeing her with the Go Red Luncheon not too long ago when we saw our friend Jenny Matthews. Shout out Jenny Matthews.
Yeah, Jenny.
And she was starting to write her memoir. And I told her I was doing the same thing. And I said, hey, I was like, you are going to get to a place, and I did, to where you're going to start writing your story and you're going to relive some of these things that you haven't thought about in a long time. And it will stop you in your tracks and make you rethink everything. And sometimes it really crushes you because you really have perspective and you can look back at what happened to you by certain people and maybe how you handled it with certain people. And it's devastating. At some of those points. I recommend that to anybody that, I mean, if you're going to publish, I don't even know if I'm going to publish it or not, but I think the exercise is good to go and just write chapters of your life and go, okay, this happened, this happened, this happened. That way you can actually look back and go and have perspective, have a little perspective of how you got here.
Love to realize how damaged I am.
So I'm doing that.
Let me think about it. Yeah.
So I'm doing that self-reflection. But also, I never want to disappoint you. I'm also looking at dumb shit on the internet. I don't know if you heard about this, because I know that you're conspiracy.
Oh yeah, I go down the rabbit hole.
Theorists, so like Bigfoot, you claim you've seen in Blue Springs, Missouri. Loch Ness Monster. Real. You believe in that?
Hell yeah, Nessie, definitely.
There's something going on. This is real. This is a real thing. This is going on in North Carolina right now.
North Carolina.
Shoot on sight is what they're saying. Shoot on sight.
Shoot someone on sight?
Not someone, the snakehead fish. Have you seen these?
No.
There you go.
Snakehead fish. Ew, it's like a massive eel.
It's like an eel, but these things, and this guy that's holding it, is what do you figure? That's 3 feet, 3.5 feet, something like that. These things can crawl on land. They're carnivorous. They can last up to 4 days on land.
How does it crawl on land? It doesn't have it. Like how? With those little tiny flipper things?
Well, that's how like humans from fungus came out of the water and started crawling. It's some sort of evolutionary or distortion of nature or whatever. Yeah. But North Carolina is saying shoot on sight. You can kill them.
That's terrifying. See, you can't even see in that water. You don't know what's in there. You don't know what's floating, what body parts. I don't mess with the lake or
I
pond
won't
or
do
any of that shit. I
I
don't
won't
mess
do I won't do lake anymore. I think the
no.
dumbest thing that I've done in lake is,
Mm.
probably noodling. You ever done that?
Yes, Ponch, I've noodled.
Look, fam,
No, no.
you got redneck family, just like you got hood family. You've been out hunting and things like that. That's not too far out of the question.
I'm not sticking my hand in a
Bet
black hole to just hope that something's in. Nope.
Are you
Nope.
telling me none of your family members have done it?
I mean, none that I know of.
Mm.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if there were some like in the Lebanon area that
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Leb
Um,
Hi, is this Lebanon? He's a foreigner. Get him. Lebanon.
yeah.
Lebanon, Missouri. Swear
Uh,
to God.
my sweet Aunt Terry, I love her so much. But no, I don't know. Maybe they have. I would never do that. I don't
If
want anything biting on my hand. No.
Yeah, if you're listening and not watching and you don't know, noodling is to where you get into the creek bed or the lake,
Uh-huh.
and then there's little mud holes on the bank, and you get in the water and you stick your entire arm in that
Oh,
hole, and then the
what?
fish goes cack and grabs onto your arm, your forearm, and then you pull that sucker out.
Do you eat it? Like, what is the point of that?
I don't know. I was a little kid.
I mean,
What does that say about my upbringing? I was noodling as a kid. So there you go. But we also used to eat crawfish out of the sewer, so or creek or whatever that was.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be anywhere near any of those. No. That's gross. I'll be in my pool. I can see what's in there.
Okay.
Oof,
Gross.
terrifying.
So
Yeah.
anyway, North Carolina, they've got the snakehead fish.
Oh, that's right.
Those are scary. Also yesterday, and I want to get to, you were talking about a couple things before we popped on, and I want to definitely get to those. But I was going down, you were asking, what did I do after the show? I got very sentimental because we're
Aw.
back and it felt really good. Here is, look at this. This is one of the first photo shoots we've ever done.
Oh my gosh.
Look
Look
at
how
that.
different you look.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Look at your little
Fat.
scar.
Yeah, I look fat and hammered. Bloated alcoholic.
That was 2018 right there. Union
Yeah.
Station.
Union Station. We're at that bar up the top thing there.
Wow.
I just got very reminiscent about just all that we've been through. I didn't even pull the pics from the old station. I mean, we have a ton of those there. But
Yeah.
here we are a couple of years later into it at the K.
Oh, yep. I remember that. Diamond of Dreams. That was a fun event.
That was.
I look like a mom in that picture.
You do not.
A mom dress.
That is not a mom dress. It is not a
Nothing wrong
mom
with
dress.
a mom dress. I just feel like I wonder why I chose that. Huh.
Anyway, I just went through some of those pictures and I got a little reminiscent. So, and
Oh,
then I found a picture of our old management too. So that was kind of. Are you excited for that? Here's a picture. Yeah, here's a picture of our old management right after they fired us in the Johnny Dare show, and then they started getting comments on their Facebook. Here you go.
Oh, I was waiting. I was waiting when you were going to start shots.
If you're just listening to the show in the car right now, you can also go back on YouTube and Facebook and watch, and you can see what we're talking about. But these are fun little things.
Shots fired. That's great. That's
not
great.
fired. It's not shots
It's
fired.
just what it is.
It's just all good stuff. All good stuff. Oh, I found this one too. Do you remember where we were for this? Because I don't. I was hammered again.
This was the day. Yes, I absolutely remember this.
Tell me this isn't the Hamburger Mary's day.
It is. This was us at Hamburger Mary's. We went out for brunch.
No.
You were schmammered. I have a video of you. Oh my god. I'm not gonna play it right now, but we are gonna play it at some point. You were lit.
I don't know.
You're like, yeah, we're here at Hamburger. I mean, you were good. You were nuts. Now, granted, we had a lot of mimosas. I mean, look at those leg lamps. We drank a lot of those.
Fam, I went, and I'm not proud of it, but I'll just tell you how bad I was. I mean, we started at Hamburger Mary's. And then you guys were like, "Hey, I'm having a party tonight anyway, so I'm gonna go home and rest and take a nap." And I ended up continuing all day, all
Ooh,
day,
that'll do it to you.
all day, all day, all day. And I think by the time I showed up to your party, you were just everyone was like, "Ah."
Sit on Santa's lap. I was like, okay, somebody get him in the Uber, get his ass home. He is done. Done.
Done
Oh,
and
God.
done.
Yeah, we had a huge
Honestly,
Christmas party here. That was fun.
I don't miss those days at all. But there you go. That was my like, I don't know, going
Oh,
through memories. It made me feel good.
look, we have been together for so long, and the loyalty that we have had for one another. People have tried to tear us apart. People have tried to pin us against each other.
Yep.
And no matter what, we have always it's team us. And I love that about us.
Yeah, at some point, I think that we're going to get into about how our last contract negotiation went and
Mm,
go behind the scenes with that later on. That's
mm.
going to be a lot of fun. That'll be a real illuminating show. We're not going to do it today, but at some point, we will do that show.
Yeah.
Listen long.
Listen
Stay
longer.
tuned.
I love that we're doing this and you can see us. I think it's so great. I thought it would
It's
be
fun.
weird not being in the studio with you, like not being able to feel your energy and you know what I mean? But it's like
Mhm.
this works. This works. I'm fine
It
with
does.
it.
And this is the new way, and we like it a lot. And we had a lot of people that were like, "Hey, we want to advertise." So keep those coming too. Like we said yesterday, we're gonna have super limited space because if you do advertise on our show, we're gonna make sure that you get the shine that you deserve for the hard money that you're spending with us. So it's gonna be a limited amount of folks that are gonna be able to participate in this show. That's for sure. Here in a second, I want to get to some of the stuff that you had, but I did make this while we were out because I was bored. So here we
Now
go.
hold up. Wait a minute. I gave you three.
It's a triple hot mess dumpster fire.
That's right.
That means it's rolling down the hill, flames just blazing.
All of us are in it going.
And all of us.
People that aren't like us, that aren't mentally challenged, are like, what's the big deal?
Does this show have integrity?
I was going to say, did
Come
you use
on.
integrity in this show in the same sentence? Are you new?
Hate to burst your bubble. Pretty high maintenance.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Thriving.
Jacked up as usual.
I got to question you and your nasty ass.
Unnecessary! Nikki, it's on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd
go.
stab somebody.
Well, I'm going to say this. We're not doing that, and suck it. How about that?
Yep. I can't work in conditions like this. I can't. I'm trying to be professional and I've got wieners everywhere. I just can't.
Look, you nasty. I'm just telling you right now, you're nasty.
Ponch and Nikki Show. Ponch and Nikki Show. Ponch and Nikki Show. Ponch and Nikki Show.
Anyway, we're having fun with this.
That's hot. Oh my gosh, all of our good times. Ugh,
We're having a lot of fun. We've had a ton going back through some of the archives of our show. We've talked about it a lot on the old show that we have show amnesia. We forget. We'll do things and get it out of our head and just forget. And people are like, "Hey, you remember when you did that thing?" And I'm like, "No, no, I do not.
No.
No, I do not." That's why I'm always surprised when Facebook memories come up. I was like, I do not remember that at all. But I'm glad there's a picture. So
Right.
but going back through the old show is just like, man, that we did have a lot of fun shows.
Oh, we did.
And it
We
just got me
did.
thinking, it was like, we are going to have so many more and so much fun doing
Yeah.
this. The opportunities are just going to be endless. There's no ceiling anymore. And I love that so much. And that's all because of all y'all listening. We appreciate it so much. You have no way. We started the show like that this morning and we'll end it here in a bit. But that's how how much we appreciate your support. That's it.
For
That's
real.
it. We love it so much.
It's just it's mind blowing to me that we can all be so connected, and it's just the love that we all share for this one thing. It's just I don't know. It's overwhelming, but it's also so refreshing to know that people care.
Mm.
It's really, really, it's everything. You know, the fact that they'll follow us where we go and yeah, it's they'll go to war for us.
A lot of the comments that I saw, and I'm sure you saw it too, is that their morning routine was so disrupted that they didn't know what to do. Like it was like, okay, a lot of people boycotted. Appreciate that. Thank you. Didn't ask you to, but thank you. Just for legal purposes. Didn't ask, but thank
Right.
you. And a lot of people's morning routine was disrupted because they're OCD like most people. It's like, hey, this is what I listen to, and then you're trying to find something, and it's just terrible. I saw that firsthand here in the house with Naya. She's like, I don't know what to listen to in the morning.
Mm.
I listened to you before we met, so it's just like I don't know what to listen to, and then, honestly, trying to find something that you know you align with. I think there's something out there, obviously, for everyone, and we're not everyone's cup of tea, and that's perfect. No. Okay, perfectly okay. Someone asked me, it was a radio person. They were like, "Oh, what's your focus and your demographic going to be on your podcast?" And I was like, "My focus and my demographic, everyone that wants to listen to us. That's the demographic.
Right.
Everyone that accepts us for what we say and our opinion on things, and accepts us that we may disagree with a lot of other opinions, but that doesn't mean that we don't like you. So there's something for everybody. And if you like us, cool. We write it on. It's awesome. And if it's not your cup of tea, piece the fuck out and find something, and God bless you. That's it. That's it.
No, that's real. That's real. I mean, if you want something that is very filtered, if you want something that's surface level and something that's just safe, cool. That's not us. That's never going to be us. It's a roller coaster of emotions. We have depth. We are real. We're exactly what you see on the screen right now, and what you're listening to is how we are in real life. I mean, this is what you get. And maybe that was, I don't know, maybe that was bad for us when it came to radio. I don't know. Maybe people didn't like that. Maybe, people thought that was a threat.
Maybe. I don't want to beat the drum too much and harp on it, but I mean, radio did it to itself. It really did, for a lot of different reasons that I can list. I can list a lot of different reasons why. And it's kind of along the same lines of like when we were talking about the difference between The Bachelor and Fuckboy Island, right?
Oh, I love F-Boy Island.
So you have The Bachelor, and okay, it's familiar and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the rose ceremony. Then you have F-Boy Island, or Married at First Sight. And there's no filter to this whatsoever. And good God, is it trash. And it's awesome. And I'm not saying we're trash, but I'm also saying we're not saying we're trash.
I enjoy a little trashy, you know what? I enjoy it. I'm trying really hard not to cuss. Like, I'm being so good.
I'm just going to speak the way I do. I'm not going to do it on purpose, but I am just absolutely going to talk.
I know we can. I could let him fly, but I'm like,
yeah. And I said yesterday, she about to spit her coffee out or her drink out when you said shit. And she's like,
oh, I know. I felt I'm going to get in trouble. I spent so many years trying to avoid that. I spent so many years of you would say, Nikki, don't get us canceled. Like, we always have to worry about you.
Fam, you were always the one that cussed on the last show, and I hit the dump button. You were always.
So always. I'm trying. I got that just, ingrained in me now, and I don't know.
Oh, shout out to, and by the way, we're on YouTube and Facebook and X as well, and you can comment. Shout to Summer. Used to work with Summer back in the day. What's up? Hillary's is saying that we're making mornings worth getting out of bed again. We do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Let's see. Dotella's 2-year-old was excited, have been screamed.
Oh,
Nikki streamed you in the car. So we have 2-year-olds listening, Nikki. Watch your mouth.
See, that's what I'm saying. The kids also write it, Dawn. They love it. So we gotta, kind of keep it clean.
Yeah, we kind of do. All right.
Speaking of kids, do I have time to jump into this?
We have all the time that we want to take with us.
See, look, it's like these habits. Just give me grace, people. These habits are going to die hard.
For sure.
I'm so a routine person.
I think that I was thinking about this yesterday. We're going to have a point to where because there's no commercial breaks here.
Yeah.
There's no music. It's just us talking. There's going to be a point to where one of us is going to be like, I will be right back. Because we have to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely know that's going to happen. But I know a lot of kiddos, last day of school was yesterday, and
Yep.
summer trips coming up are
Mhm.
if people can afford them, because, oh my god, the prices are still so high for travel.
Everything's expensive.
But I guess parents are letting little kids plan the family vacation. This is a new thing.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
They're letting the little kids plan the entire vacation because, according to these people, they said their best trips happen when their kids helped planning it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if that's smart. I don't have children, so I'm gonna let you speak on that, Ponch.
Well, you said 2 different things there. It's like letting them pick and then helping plan. That's 2 different
Well,
things.
I mean, it's gonna be like they're gonna pick where they wanna go. Okay, the kids, I wanna go to Branson. Okay, like, well, what do you wanna do in Branson? That's the letting them help, like, plan it, and then
Right.
obviously they're gonna yeah.
It's gonna be Disney World, it's gonna be Universal, it's gonna be Bob, then hopefully Branson. Hopefully, they say Branson, or it's gonna be the flip-flop, or just lie to your kid, just say, "Look, Florida is freaking closed." Can you believe it? I know, it's crazy. Hurricane closed the entire state. So, there's no Disney World, there's no Universal. When we wanna go on vacation, unfortunately, dang it, 26 we'll try. But this year, let's go to Branson.
Uh-huh.
It's cheaper and it's all that. But letting them pick, no.
Yeah.
The unpopular opinion, we give our kids way too much say in 2025. Way too much. There is some sort of, I don't know where the shift happened. And yeah, you listen to your kids, obviously, nurture them and don't abuse them. I'm not saying any of that. But how did we get to the point to where kids are speaking and it's law in the house?
Yeah.
I see it sometimes and I'm like, I live in the fucking upside down. I don't understand it. I don't get it. The last I checked, the parents pay the bills, they make the rules, and then when you're 18, then you can do what you want, and then you can say what you want.
Right.
But until then, you're living rent free and suck it.
Some parents don't have discipline. Some parents don't have structure. Some parents don't have a backbone. They just let their kids run everything.
Because some parents want to be friends with their children.
Exactly. You're not friends. They're your parents.
Instead of putting their foot down and going, that's a hard no.
Yeah.
That's a hard no.
I can see you giving, like if you guys decide on Branson, for example. I don't know why I'm using Branson, but I am. I can see you being like, hey, here are the 2 choices, and like holding up an index card or something like, do you want to do Silver Dollar City or do you want to do Whitewater? Like letting them pick that way.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that gives them choices. It shows them that they have to make a choice. It's a teaching kind of thing. You got to think about it, weigh out your options. I can see that. Or like, okay, restaurants. Are we going to, the Mel's Diner, or are we going to the 5 and 10, whatever little cafe downtown Branson? Doing that, I can see.
You have to set parameters. You have to put the bones up for them. You can't just be all willy-nilly and like, okay, where do you want to go on vacation? I'll sit here and wait. Paris? Cool. Oh, Japan. Awesome. Want to go to the moon? Okay, we'll go to the moon. It's all right. It's cool. But yeah, letting the kids decide that way, bad idea. Being involved in the vacation, great idea. I think that's an awesome idea. So let's say you're doing a 5-day vacation and it's like, all right, we have a free day that Thursday and we have the option to go to SeaWorld or this or that or whatever. It's like, you guys pick. That Thursday is your day of picking. What do you want to do? And then the great thing is, Nikki, this is the best thing in the world. I like to call this throwing shit back in your kid's face, right? So the day and activity that they pick, if it sucks, then you can come back and go, you did this.
Your choice. This
on you. This is on you. This is squarely on your shoulders.
Make your kids feel bad. Choice. Awesome.
Right. No, it's not feeling bad. It's having accountability. You chose something. You chose something sucky. The day sucked, and therefore you made it suck. Congratulations. You're the first of many sucks in your life. Congratulations.
Because we all know life's going to kick them in the teeth, right? So might as well start out early.
Some kids get it early and some don't. as far as the kick
Mhm.
in the teeth. You know what I mean? I got it very early, so I'm used to the boot marks on my face. And then I see other folks, and I'm jealous. We'll bring Matt up. He's one that I love.
Oh,
And jealous of his family because he has such a loving dad and mom and
yeah.
family structure that it is truly nurturing. Like from the get. Like I would imagine you ran out of the
Love.
womb and nurtured and loved, and it was great.
Mhm.
And then I see folks like that, not him, but I see some folks that are maybe in their like mid 20s. They've had it growing up like that, and then life smacks them in the face, and they're like, "It's all a lie. No, it's all no, no one cares about me. I have all these Instagram followers, but nobody actually gives a shit. Oh no, I'm gonna have to grow a fucking personality and get a job. Oh no." I'm actually gonna have to be nice to people to hold on to friends. Oh no! But it takes a little time sometimes.
Oh,
It just does.
I'm so glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back too. I really am.
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, man, I haven't seen that animation in so long, and I love it.
No one has. And everyone was very scared with me because I got dormant. I got really quiet.
You did.
And I do that every now and again. I will just shut all
Go
the way
dark.
down. In fact, people think sometimes I'm being rude or quiet, but I don't talk a lot. Like off the show, I don't say a
Mhm.
lot. I just kind of observe. My whole life has been observe and report. So it's good to have an outlet again and to be able to talk. And thank you for everyone that's tuning in and popping on. And man, this has been fun. Day 2.
You did sound like the gingerbread man. Or Mickey
Oh,
Mouse,
no!
too. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh, I heard from we'll talk after the show, but I heard from a little bird,
Uh-oh.
some sort of talent agent or whatever. You and I may be working on the same project. I'm just saying.
Same project.
You know what I'm talking about or no?
Why is there a shadow on my mouth?
Jonas?
I'm so squirrel today. I'm like,
That's fine.
same project.
We'll get into it afterwards and then we'll
I
talk
have no
about it.
idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, we have possibly a I don't know, Hollywood project that we're working on right now. So I'm excited for that. Details
Okay.
details to come. What do you got going on today? Anything good?
No. Nothing. I've got a couple of little things I've got to tie up on through email, a couple little, things I've been working on the side, but that's about it. I'm probably gonna lay low today. It's gonna
supposed
rain.
to, here in Kansas City, it's supposed to rain and thunderstorm and the whole deal. So
Right.
today's a good one. This studio is a disaster, by the way. And when I mean studio, I mean my bedroom.
You need to get on your cleaning crew.
I need what?
Need to get on that cleaning crew.
Well, I did
Crack the
laundry
whip.
yesterday, and now it all needs to be hung up and folded. So it's my least favorite. I love doing laundry. I hate putting it up.
Hate that. I have a basket that's just sitting there full of clean clothes. I don't know what my deal is, and I tried to talk through this with my friend Erin.
Mhm.
I make little piles. I'm like a little squirrel or something. I don't know. I make piles of things,
Mhm.
and it takes me so long to put shit away, to physically take it, put it where it needs to be. I just let it just sit there. Like I physically can't do it. There's something that is hindering me from doing it. I don't know if it's something in my brain. I don't know if it's
Mhm.
a depression thing. I don't know, but it's truly like there's something that has been sitting there for I promise you like 3 weeks in my living room. It has just been sitting there.
Is it because I'm asking? Is it because you
I
get
just don't really
distracted?
care.
Do you get distracted with other things, and then by the time you realize those piles, you're like, I don't have the energy.
Possibly. I
Have you ever
don't
been
know.
diagnosed? Have you ever been diagnosed with ADHD?
No.
No. All right. I'm just saying.
You think I have ADHD?
You possibly could because you have some of those tendencies to where you start projects. You'll start projects
Yeah.
around
Oh,
the house,
yep.
and then get distracted, squirrel with something else,
Uh-huh.
and then squirrel something else,
Oh, maybe I
squirrel
do.
something else. So there's like piles of different things. It's like you started a project here. You also opened the dishwasher and it's open still because you got distracted
Uh-huh.
by a phone call. And then you started doing laundry, and then you have laundry on the bed. And then
Oh
it's
my
like, oh shit, I have dishes that I need to do. And then you're going, oh wait, I need to make a list for the grocery store. Let me do that. And
Dude, this
then
is
you're like,
totally me. This is
and then,
totally me.
and then
This
somebody calls you and you forget and you're like, oh shit, what was I about to do? Oh, I need to go to
but
the
I'm
store.
exhausted and I need to lay down for a second.
But you go to the store, you push through because you're responsible. Then you get home.
Awesome. I'm ADHD.
Then you put the groceries away and you're like, I'm too tired to cook. At this point,
Mhm.
what do we just order out? Order out, food comes, and you're just like, okay, today's a wash. I didn't get shit done. I'm going to bed. Then you go in the bedroom and it's like, all the clothes are still in the bed. Son of a bitch.
And then I just whoop,
Woo.
I get into my bed.
And then it starts
I always
all
say,
over again.
I always say, I'm like, I am a disaster, but in the best way. Like I'm an organized mess. Truly, truly, that is me. Like my house is clean. It's not filthy or dirty or anything. I just have little piles of things.
Jennifer says OCD paralysis.
Paralysis. I have decision paralysis. I know
Decision
that for a
paralysis.
fact. So maybe this is tied in. Frankie Blue's knocking on the door.
Well, let him in.
Always.
Don't let him in. You're going to set a precedent. Holly's saying Dr. Ponch.
That's something that has really, I mean, taken a twist since we've been off work.
What's that?
Frankie Blues. I mean, he's always been obsessed with me, but now it is like a different level. I mean, if I'm gone for 5 seconds, he panics. He is so used to me being here now. And if I'm away from him,
he's getting separation anxiety.
Oh my God. Well, he's always had separation anxiety, but it was better. Now it is, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's older, but he is just like, has to be near me literally all the freaking time. All the time.
Have fun with that.
It's a lot of fun. I'm going to get a little backpack and just put him right here.
You should
Like
get
like a baby carrier.
You should lean in, get a couple more dogs.
No, I'm never doing this again.
Give him some company.
I love him so much. I love him. He is everything to me. But I'm never doing it again because I know one day this is going to tear my heart out of my chest. I watch those videos of like dogs, you know, like I just lost my dog. I'm like, oh, I can't. No, it'll send me into a spiral.
Think about this. Our relationships in our lives are like a melting candle or a melting ice cube. There's only so much time.
Wow. Yeah.
Fucking depressing.
I had this conversation with somebody yesterday. I'm like, time's ticking, man. Like, I mean, honestly, we don't have that much time. I want to be happy. I want to live my life the way I want to live it. And, you know, I mean, that's kind of what that is, Ponch.
Speak on that. I mean, there's not a lot of time. There's really not.
Everything into perspective. Us getting cut and, you know, stripping things from us. My life now, I look at it differently, and I'm just like, man, I can't waste any more time.
Some folks thought I was crazy by some of the things that I did and said there toward the end, but I stand by what I said and I did. That I refuse to waste time with things any longer because time is my currency. I can't get it back.
Yeah.
I can't make any more. I don't care how talented or how much work I put in. There's no more time.
No.
So if I don't find it worthy of my time, it's not me being a dick. It's just that there's a lot going on. And it's like, if I don't find it worthy, then I'm not going to spend time on it, period. That's it. That's it. Because at one point, we're just going to go.
Croak on out.
Speaking of funerals and parents and people dying, Sarah Silverman, have you seen her stand up?
No. I love her, though. She's hilarious.
Her dad, if you remember, we reported this. Her dad and her stepmom died first, and then 9 days later, her dad died. And it wasn't necessarily a surprise, but they knew.
Yeah.
But she does her entire stand up about those two dying, and you would think how morbid, but how funny, how genius, how incredible, how touching. Who knew that I would cry or at least tear up watching a Sarah Silverman stand-up special? But it's really good, and it does have to deal with life and things like that. And if you want a little perspective,
I mean, that's just like us when we were planning our own funeral on air. And we picked out our funeral songs, and yeah.
Well, Sarah talks about her funeral because her stepmom died first. And so she's literally talking to her dying father about funeral plans. And then the funeral director's like, wait, are you talking to your dad? I'm like, yeah. It's like, we don't cremate live people. It's like, no, it's fine. We're just talking. So it's good. Check it out. All right, let's get out of here. I've had fun today. How about you?
Always.
All right, very good.
Yeah, always a good time.
All right, world. Have a great day. You got this.
Say goodbye, Ponch.
Bye, Ponch.
Hot mess, dumpster fire. Fun and trashy. Hot mess, dumpster fire. Fun and trashy. Ponch and Nikki are back. No censor. Oh, you foul, you're balling naked trans me. You keep on running like these sickness trying to face me. Just be your ex, I need the ass dancing. I wait with screaming, shaky girl about his dancing. Hot mess, dumpster fire. Hot mess, dumpster fire. Ponch and Nikki are back. Uncensored. Hot mess, dumpster fire. Hot mess, dumpster fire. Ponch and Nikki are back. Uncensored.
Bye, y'all.
Hot